Hey guys, welcome back to episode 21 of the BMW M Coupe project. My name is Thoas, and today I will be working on the rear quarter panel and the side skirts to basically just finish unwrapping the rest of the car. But before I get into it, let me go ahead and point out something for you guys to see. All right, so as you can see, I'm gonna put on screen right now. What you're seeing is basically how much the color distorted or faded over time. The reason why this part is more green along with the part on the quarter panel is that I had things covering it, so it actually did not see any sunlight. So throughout the course of 1 year and 3 months, you can see how much the color actually changed from just being outside. The difference in color is quite noticeable, so I just wanted to point that out just so you have to see, but I'm gonna start working on this car now. So as you can see, the rear quarter panel now is officially unwrapped. Now it's time to start working onto the side skirts. Honestly, doing this was not too bad, but obviously you can see the bits on top over here. I need to remove the trim to fully remove all of the wrap, along with the, the taillights and the rear bumper and the wheel well, just to get through everything. Not gonna do that quite yet. I'm gonna basically just remove all the big chunk first, all the minute details. I'll probably do it once I get towards doing all the body work for the paint. Anyways, time to start moving on to the side skirts. So as you can see, the rear quarter panel is done, and now the side skirts over here is done as well. So now that all the stuff is pretty much unwrapped, I'm gonna work on this another day. I'm gonna clap now, it's gonna fast forward to the next day. All right, so the last time you saw me in that last clip, that was around 2 months ago. Since then, a lot of things have changed, especially my personal life. I closed a pretty big chapter that I'm not gonna get into details just to keep it private. But long story short, I'm now here, as you can see, in a change of scenery. I am at a body shop owned by my buddy named Oscar, or Oda Autowerkz. He was gracious enough to actually lend me a little small spot at his shop to let me work on his car, and he's essentially gonna help guide me throughout the whole entire process as well. So now, since I've relocated from my garage now up to a shop, I can now actually work on it more freely too. So now it's time for me to start basically disassembling the car panel by panel and work on them one by one. So the first panel, probably gonna be the hood. I'm gonna remove the grills, the badge, and probably the windshield fluid dispensers, I think. I don't know exactly what they're called. I kind of brain farted, but I'm gonna basically remove all the side grills as well and get started on that. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first step is to remove the grills. I paid a lot of money for these. These are probably like, I think 500 in total, if I remember. Last time when I was removing it, I just used a sledgehammer and I just kind of popped them out. Obviously, I'm trying to retain these clips, so I'm gonna try to finagle my way these off. Oh. All right, so I ended up getting both the grills out, and as you can see, there's actually tabs over here that you can just basically pinch off. These are the tab over here, for example, like not the silver one that holds the silver grill in place, but this black tab over here with the dot over here. This is essentially what keeps it in place, and if you have a little tool that gets in here and it can squeeze this flaps down and you push it forward, that is essentially how you get out the grills. Obviously, if your car is a bit older, it is more than likely gonna crack. These have been replaced around like 2 years ago, so these are relatively new, and the plastic is not as brittle as it would be as if it was like 20 years old. So yeah, now it's time to remove the badge. So next up is the badge. The badge is actually pretty simple. There's two little rubber bonnets, I think that's what they're called, that are holding up the badge. Once you remove those, you can essentially just pop off the badge. So I got the badge removed, but in the process, I ended up damaging this ribbon or this bonnet. I think that's what they're called. I'm gonna have to get them replaced, which is totally a-okay in my opinion. Not a big deal. All right, so now that the badge and the grills are off the car, I can now start working my way around the wrap to remove the rest of the wrap and go ahead and get started. All right, so next is going to be the little side grill over here. This should be relatively easy to remove. I think there's just one screw that holds it all into place, I believe. There's one screw off. Does it just come off? I forgot how to do this. All right, one done. Next we have this thing over here. Same thing, there's going to be one screw. Oh shoot, I don't know how I'm gonna access that. Oh, got it. Okay, cool. Now, as you can see, there's basically, there's a little leftover wrap over here on the windshield thing. I essentially planned to, I'm gonna remove the firewall over here so I can get access to the windshield fluid thingy. And hopefully by removing that, I can remove the rest of the wrap, and then this panel could begin the whole sanding process for paint. Oh. Huh. Okay, so the hood is pretty much done. I removed all the parts, cleaned up all the excess wrap. The hood is pretty much ready for prep work, and that means. So now it's time for me to clean up this section over here. I'm gonna remove all the weather lining or rubber lining or whatever this thing is called. I'm gonna remove this and clean up the wrap, and we can get going from there. This comes off too? Oh, shoot. Uh-oh. Broke that part. Well, that sucks. At least I can order it now. All right guys, so basically I finished removing the grille, finished cleaning up the bits of the hood where there was leftover wrap along with the front door and the rear quarter panel. I removed all the glazing. I still happened to break the one on the rear quarter panel along with the one on the driver's side, so that was probably around like a $600 mistake I'm gonna have to buy. But so now pretty much the front end, except for the rear bumper and the front bumper, all are just free of vinyl and are pretty much ready to be disassembled and to get sanding. Hopefully by the time I go home and I come to realize this is probably long enough for an episode, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you to Oscar for letting me use his spot, and I'll see you guys on the next one.